Hey guys, my name's Hallie, and this is a short mobility routine that you can do every day. We are going to go through this a bit quickly, so if you need more instructions and more details on cueing, click this link. This is a video that I uploaded, and it has all of the details about how to do these movements with a lot of cueing and instructions on the technique behind them and where you really want to feel everything out. This is the same sequence, but just a little bit faster so you can follow along. So if you've never done these before, I suggest going to the other videos called the 15-minute daily mobility routine and learning the proper technique first, and then you can use this video right now to follow along every day with a little bit more speed. Okay, here we go. Let's get started. We're gonna go into Scapula CARs first. So come into your tall kneeling position. Curl your toes under toward your shins, squeeze your glutes, brace your abs, bring your arms straight out in front of you, hands and fists. We're going 3 in each direction. So starting by squeezing shoulder blades together, gliding them up toward your ears, protracting your scaps, gliding down. 2 more. Squeeze together, glide up, protract, glide down, and back, glide up, protract, push forward, glide down. Nice. Now we're going to reverse it. So we're going to start with protraction in the depressed position, glide up toward the ears, squeeze back, and then keep squeezing back as you glide down. 2 more that way. Protract, glide up, squeeze together, glide down, protract, elevate up, retract, glide down, and release. Nice. Now we're going into segmented cat-cow. So I'm going to turn a little more sideways so you guys can see my spine. You're going to come down onto hands and knees with your toes curled under, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Now start with your spine in its most flexed position, so make the most dome-like shape you can. And then we're going to articulate from the tailbone all the way up the spine, going slowly into extension. Here we go. Tailbone reaches up first. It's a slow wave up your vertebrae. Take your time to go each vertebrae with its own moment to extend. Head lifts up last. Pause here, and then keep your head up as long as you can as you drop your tailbone down. And rounding again in the lumbar spine. Keep going up your vertebrae into your full flexion. Head drops down last. 2 more rounds like that. Tailbone reaches up. Try to make it as smooth as possible and keep actively pushing out of the floor with both shoulders. Head lifts up. Keep your head up as you drop your tailbone slowly down. Go up vertebrae by vertebrae. Keep going up the spine, head comes down last. Nice, 1 more round, tailbone reaches up. Go up nice and slow into your extension, keep actively pushing out of the floor. Head comes up last. Good, and then tailbone drops down. Keep going up slowly, all the way back into your most rounded spine that you can find. And go ahead, come out of the position. Nice. Next, we're going to go into ankle CARs. You're going to sit on your bum, and you can set up with 1 foot underneath the straight leg so that your heel is elevated a little bit off the floor. Hands are just going to be right by your hips on the ground. Find a nice tall spine. Dorsiflex your ankle, so toes to your shin. From here, keeping your legs stable, you're going to bring your big toe toward the midline of your body, and then slowly start to gas pedal with your foot, finding plantar flexion with that eversion. Sweep the toes through center like a ballerina point. Pinky toe goes out. Keep pulling the pinky toe out as you drive your heel forward. Back to your dorsiflexion. Sweep the toes all the way to center. 1 more in that direction. We're just doing 2 in each direction. Trying to really keep the knees stable and the hips stable, so it's just the ankle and the foot that's moving. Pinky toe really pulls out to the side as you drive your heel forward again. Bring your toes all the way back up to center. Pause right there. And now reverse for 2 rounds. Go pinky toe out first, then gas pedal. Start to stretch the top of your foot as you point your toes. Sweep the toes through that center ballerina point, and then big toe pulls across toward the midline of your body. Keep pulling the big toe toward the midline as you drive your heel forward. Toes pull up and back toward you, and then sweep the toes through center, the top dorsiflexion. And now one more round. Here we go. Pinky toe out, push through the ball of the foot, and just try to make it nice and smooth. Right? We're really trying to isolate the ankle. I know it can feel sticky in certain places. Go slow through those places, and really pay attention to how you can engage around your foot and your ankle to make it nice and smooth. Good. Once you get back up to the top center, we're just going to switch sides. So opposite foot underneath the straight legs calf. Start in dorsiflexion, so get your toes toward you as much as you can. Heel drives forward. Then you're going to go big toe toward the midline of your body in that dorsiflexion. Try to keep your shin and knee facing the ceiling. Drive the ball of your foot forward. Point the top of your foot, stretch the top of your foot as you get through your ballerina point. Pinky toe pulls out to the side, away from the midline of the body. Keep pulling that pinky toe out as you drive your heel forward. Get through the top center. And now one more in that direction. If your leg is moving a lot, use your hands to help brace your knee and your upper leg in place. Keep going with your rotation, make it nice and smooth. Pinky toe pulls out, drive the heel forward, get to the top center. Good, and now reverse it. Go pinky toe out, gas pedal down. Find the biggest stretch in the top of your foot that you can. Slowly bring your toes through that center ballerina point, and then big toe pulls toward the midline of the body. Keep pulling that big toe across as you drive your heel forward. Find that dorsiflexion at the top center. And one more round in that direction. Just go nice and slow, make it smooth. Try to really find the edge of your range of motion. It's like you're scraping out cake batter out of a bowl, right? You don't want to miss any of that delicious cake batter. Keep coming all the way around. Once you get your toes all the way back up to the top center, really drive that heel forward and release. Nice. All right, guys, we're gonna go back onto hands and knees for hip CARs. So again, we're really isolating the joint that we're working with. Everything else stays stable. We're gonna do 2 reps on the first leg, and then I'll turn around for the other side so you guys can see my leg. Okay, here we go. So onto your hands and knees. You're gonna squeeze your heel to your butt cheek. The other toes are just curled under. Make sure your shoulders are right above your ribs. Now from here, keep squeezing your heel to your butt cheek as you lift your knee, hold for a breath. Then start to pull your knee forward toward your chest without rounding your spine. From there, start to lift the leg out to the side, abducting your hip. You're gonna keep your pelvis square to the ground as you lift the knee. Get your knee about in line with your hip, and then start to internally rotate through your hip, driving your heel up. Find the most hip extension you can when you sweep your knee all the way back in that internal rotation. Hold for a breath and bring it down. Take a breath. As you exhale, we're gonna lift that heel up and back to reverse it. Keep pushing away the floor in this hip extension. Spine stays neutral. Hold. And now abduct in that internal rotation, driving your knee out to the side, keeping your heel up toward the ceiling at first. Then externally rotate through your hip. Bring your ankle down in line with your knee. Pull the knee forward as you circle it all the way back under your chest. And bring it down. Nice. We have one more rep here on this side. Here we go. Same leg, squeeze the heel to the butt cheek, lift the knee, and start to pull the knee forward. Abduct out to the side. Get it as high as you can without rotating your pelvis open. Drift the knee back, start to internally rotate through your hip. Keep internally rotating as you bring yourself back into your hip extension. Find your hamstring, keep your lumbar spine in a slight flexion so tailbone is down to the floor. Good, bring it down. And now reverse. Keep squeezing your heel to your butt cheek. Keep pushing out of both scaps. Spine stays long. Find that hamstring to lift. Now abduct out to the side in that internal rotation. Then externally rotate through your hip. Keep externally rotating as you pull your knee forward. Keep pulling it forward as you bring your knee underneath your chest and rest. Nice. Okay, I'm just gonna turn around so you guys can see my other leg. We've got 2 reps on the other side. You got this. Here we go. Find your tabletop position. And then curl the toes under. Squeeze your heel to your butt cheek of the working leg. Keep pushing out of the floor. Lift the knee up. And then start to pull the knee forward. From there, abduct your hip. Bring your knee out to the side. Keep lifting it up as you drift the knee back in space. Internally rotate through your hip. Keep internally rotating as you drive your knee all the way back behind you. Find your fullest hip extension you can, but keep trying to drop your tailbone down so lower abdominal wall stays pulled in, rib cage stays pulled in. Bring your leg down and reverse it from here. So keep that spine in position as you go into your hip extension. Keep squeezing your calf to your hamstring. Abduct here in the internal rotation, and then externally rotate. Drop your ankle down in line with your knee. Keep pulling your knee forward as you sweep it all the way back underneath your chest. Nice, guys. We have one more rep. Just take a nice big inhale, reset your tension, keep pushing out of the floor. Squeeze your heel to your butt cheek, lift the knee, and pull the knee forward, hip flexion. Try not to round in your spine. From there, abduct, lift your leg up as high as you can. Then drift the knee back in space, and then internally rotate through your hip. Keep internally rotating as you sweep your knee all the way back behind you. Keep pushing out of both shoulders. Drop that tailbone down. Find your hamstring a little bit more. And release it down. Take a breath. As you exhale, drive that heel up behind you. Keep dropping that tailbone down. Lower abdominal wall pulls in, rib cage stays pulled in, and actively protract your scaps. From there, abduct your hip in the internal rotation. Then externally rotate. Keep externally rotating as you pull your knee all the way toward your arm, pulling it underneath your chest. Back to hip flexion and release. Nice. All right, guys, awesome job. So that was just a short mobility sequence. I recommend rewinding this video and doing it at least one more round to really get your joints moving. If you're doing this before a workout, it's an excellent warm-up. And again, if you need more instructions with these things, because there are little minute details for the cueing, I didn't go into a ton of details now, but if you need it, go to the 15-minute mobility routine, and there's the full detailed instructions where I'm cueing my husband Jeffrey through it, so I'm really taking time to talk and he's slowly moving through everything. Like torture. Okay, thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you liked the sequence. Let me know if you have any questions. I will try to get back to you as soon as I can, and subscribe to my channel for more mobility sequences, more tutorials on strength movements, body weight workouts, animal flow, kettlebell stuff. We have a lot of things coming at you. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.